We're here. And
Okay.
finally. Yeah.
I just
And
want you to know I believe in Joe Hendry. I just want you to know that.
oh shit. Sorry.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the new, the one, the only, the greatest episode ever to come out of podcasting. That ain't true. But anyway, welcome to Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris, and I want to make sure I'm ambivalent on Joe Hendry. He hasn't convinced me one or the other because I don't watch wrestling. I'm sure once he gets to movies and shit, I'll turn the corner. But right now, I'm pretty ambivalent on Joe Henry.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Oh, I just let my cat in, so he might be meowing in the background, guys. Just ignored it. There's nothing we can do about it. He's a cat. I can't kick the cat. I pet the cat, and I don't want to pet him right here because then he'll start meowing here and purring, and it'll ruin the audio. So if he hears something meowing in the background, I'm not torturing cats. I just have a cat, and this is the way it is. This week we are talking two sequels, or a prequel and a sequel. A prequel and a sequel?
Yeah,
a prequel and a sequel.
Almost kind of a reboot. I mean, you talk about one of them. Almost.
It's like a reboot, prequel, sequel.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, so the first movie we are doing today is where is it at? Oh, that's not it. Oh, why is things that's oh, is that it? No, that's not it. This is it, right? This one's it.
No, that's the second one. That's the second one.
Okay, so The Strangers.
No, that's the original one. That's not the one we're talking about.
Okay, so The Strangers, Chapter 1. There it is.
That's it. There we go. Yeah.
With all the spooky people in it. Man, I should totally set this up so I heard her name before I tried to. Madalena. What is it? Starring Madalena Petsch.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Even though we were twins, I used to demand I have my own birthday party. Until one year, out of the blue, Jason convinced me we had to combine them into one. It wasn't until years later I found out why. It's because no one wanted to come to mine. And Jason didn't want me to know. He protected me. Every single day. I wish that day at the river had protected him. I'm so sorry, JJ. We failed you. All of us.
That's her as a Cheryl Blossom in Riverdale.
Yes, Riverdale, which was one of the biggest hits of all time, right? Like it was it was
hit
pretty big
all time, though. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was a hit.
I know, it was just a big hit. It was a big hit for like 5 years, I think, or 3 years or something like that. It was like everybody loved it. Yeah. Also in this movie is Ryan Bone.
Oh, it's like a smoky nose of forest floor. Black cherry with a hint of cappuccino and a blend of toasty wood.
What's happened and what's wrong with you? Why are you saying that?
Went to a wine tasting class the other night.
Who are you? I went to a wine tasting class?
You don't taste that, you know?
Not what this is showing. Just there's no like ether of man there. This descriptive, adjective stuff that's coming out of you. If you talk like that again, I'm going to leave.
Is there a problem?
Isn't that from Everything I Know About Love, right? That show?
Yes. Okay. And the thing is about him is it's just kind of hard to find anything besides that clip. I literally looked for like an hour and a half. The same thing with anybody else in this. Like there's one actor named Ben Cartwright. Well, Ben Cartwright is also the name of the guy who led Bonanza. And so like I tried to look for like almost an hour for something that had just his name in it, right? Could not find anything because it just kept going to Bonanza. And most of these people are new people, which is that's okay because in horror movies, let's be honest, that's where a lot of people get their starts. Jennifer Aniston, Johnny Depp, you know, but one of my favorite guys across all the horror genres. He's been in several Rob Zombies and one of my favorite bad guys. For some reason, I just see him, even though he's one of the nicest guys if you ever see interviews with him, Mr. Richard Brake.
Now, you may think you see a grease-painted performer sitting before you who would usually elicit an amused response from an audience. But trust me, you do not. I'm not here to make you happy. I'm not here to brighten your dismal day. And I am certainly not here to elicit an amused response. I am here to end your miserable fucking life.
Yeah, so that's like
I love Richard Brake. Oh my god, that's from 31. If you guys haven't seen 31, it's not the best movie in the world, but it is a good, fun horror movie. If you want to just go watch a good, fun horror movie, and that is some of the cast.
From other than Rob Zombie, he's done Barbarian, which probably one of our favorite horror films of the past 10 years. One of them. Lots of them.
So yeah,
But,
definitely go look up. Go look Richard Brake. So that is Strangers Chapter 1. That is going to be the first movie we talk about. Now, in the second movie, we're going to completely switch gears and we're going to talk a kiddie movie. We haven't talked about a kiddie. We haven't talked a kiddie movie in how long?
This is a family movie, though. Like it's for everyone.
Well, I mean, it's a Pixar movie, so it's animation. It's more. I mean, is it G-rated or is it? No, it's PG. It's PG, I guess. So
because it talks about more shit themes.
Yeah, I wonder if the next one's going to be R.
I don't want it to be. I don't want to see next
anyway. So the movie that we're talking about is Inside Out.
Oh well, no, this is we're talking
about no, this is the happier one. Inside Out 2. Yeah. Inside Out 1. We're gonna talk about later because if you don't know this, I've never seen Inside Out until this week.
Oh really?
Yeah, until this week I watched both of these movies.
Oh wow, okay.
I watched All the Strangers too, but Inside Out and Inside Out 2, I went and watched, and man, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But first, Inside Out 2 stars the one, the only Leslie Knope himself, Amy Poehler.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Don't know what you're thinking, but I'm definitely not thinking what you're thinking.
Good idea, Anne. Okay, we have a new item up for bid, a wonderful surprise item, an evening with sexy nurse Ann Perkins.
No.
Yes. Look at her, folks. One evening with the most beautiful woman in the world. Just dinner and dancing, nothing sexual. Unless she's into that, but no, she's not. Nothing fresh, don't even try it. But you never know, right? No, she's not into it. Don't try anything, but, give it a shot. Either way, it's for a good cause. Let's raise some money.
Yeah, it's from Parks and Rec, obviously, which is
Parks and Rec, my one of my favorite shows of all time. And it's funny because being originally from Indiana, like people like back when that show was popular, people would always ask me, where's Pawnee? Where's Pawnee? I go, there's a lot of places called Shawnee.
Yeah, I live in a Shawnee, so.
Yeah, you live in Shawnee Mission, but like even in Indiana, there's Shawnee because there's a lot of Native Americans there.
Yeah.
Also in this movie, performing for the first time in Inside Out universe, Anxiety, Maya Hawke.
I was a Billie Jean King in a sea of Maria Sharapovas, but my pilgrimage wasn't for nothing. My entire life was about to change, and it all started with her.
Is that Drea? Sorry.
Drea Torres. She doesn't know it yet, but we're about to become besties.
Really cool. Her role in a really cool movie called The Revenge. It didn't get a whole lot talked about, but it's really
we reviewed that movie, didn't
we?
We did review that movie. I thought we both kind of liked it. Like
we did, we kind of like it. It was strange. It was different.
It was different, but I remember Breakfast at Tiffany's. I think that you both kind of liked the film. I think you said we both kind of liked it. One of us.
That's all we got. That's all we got.
That's all we got. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, that was very forced. All right, Kensington Tallman, who plays Riley.
Then I came in and she was singing to the dog, and I didn't even get to have any bruschetta because.
It's bruschetta.
Not now, Kyla. She wants me to call her mom.
Excuse me?
I mean, my mom is my mom. I'd like Francesca, but
she's not your mom.
What are you gonna do? You live with the woman. Everything was going so great. did she have to ruin it by wanting me to call her mom? Beautiful city, isn't it?
There we go. Yeah. She fell in the water.
When
guys.
in
What do you
Rome.
think?
I think that was called When in Rome is the name of
Okay.
that movie. It's like a Disney movie.
Home Sweet
She
Rome,
does a lot
yeah.
of Disney. She does a lot of Disney movie Nickelodeon and kids stuff. Of course, because she's young.
Yeah.
Also in this movie is Lily Marr.
You're dead to me, Heather.
Wow, you were really mean to these kids.
Yeah, so?
So I like it.
Really?
Yeah, your meanness is what made me like you in the first place. Then after we went out, you couldn't stop talking about sunsets and puppies.
Well, if you want mean, you ain't seen nothing yet.
No, wait, we don't want mean. Do we get a vote?
For the record, I vote no.
Want to yell at the cow on the way out?
I'd be delighted. Hey, Cal, where'd you get that move? The idiot store?
It's from Bella and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's what she's popular for. And last, not last, because there's a big staff. I mean, everybody from Lewis Black, Tony Hale, all these. But I did this one just for my buddy in the world because I know his favorite show is The Office, Miss Phyllis Smith.
I know you keep saying it's your space, even though there's no assigned parking, but I keep forgetting. Yes, that's the problem. I guess so.
Okay, well, all settled then.
I don't like you. I wonder what people like about me. Probably my jugs.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard when there's like I don't know, I sent you the video, but like literally it was like just 20 minutes of skits of Phyllis. And I sat here and watched all that whole 20 minutes straight, like figuring out which one to do. But the movie is Inside Out 2. We'll talk about that first. Chris, tell everybody where they're at.
You can find us online, moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're at X MTS Podcast. We're Instagram MTS Podcast. We're at dude2net.com. Dude number 2. Net.com. You'll find us there along with a bunch of other cool podcasts. We're at Patreon. Patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. We have a bonfire. Go to bonfire.com/moviesdon'tsuck. And that's something to do. You'll find shirts with our names on it. And you'll put one up if I mind. What's the new shirt you made yesterday? Did
I make a shirt the other day? I did make a shirt the other day. What did I put on?
Tell me if I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm okay. So it was I'll tell you the story really quick. Like I was literally, it was the 1 year anniversary of when I went to Chicago and I came back and I broke my arm. And that was the promo that CM Punk said. He kept on saying, "Tell me when I'm telling lies," and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome! I'm putting that on a shirt." So
you guys, like our Facebook page or on YouTube, find us there. Search Movies Don't Suck Podcast, find us there, and like, subscribe, all that shit. And we're doing podcasts on Movies Don't Suck and something to do. Neil, who we talking about today? Who we boosting?
Man, I know we usually don't do big chain places and stuff like that, but this theater bought by a chain and actually brought back to life here in Tulsa. And it just so happened we went to the adult room on Sunday, and for the second time in a row I watched Bad Boys 2 with my entire family, because they're just like, hey, let's go see a movie. So I am going to promote not only it's Warren Theater in Tulsa. Now it's not just Warren Theater. It is owned by Regal. Now Regal is a big chain for movie theaters and stuff like this. But man, this place is like one of the most beautiful movie theaters I think I've ever stepped foot in my entire existence. Half these pictures are mine. This is just me clipping things from my cell phone. And I mean, like, look at this. This is a whole lounge right here. You can just sit down and chill and relax, like anywhere between movies, or if you want to go to more. This is the actual room that we recorded. We went and seen the movie in. This was an adult, like we had servers and everything like that. Nobody under 21 was allowed in that one. But like some of these theaters and just like look at this hallway. This is a picture I took.
Old school, dude. Old school. In fact, I want to mention something real quick. So, it's not so much this way anymore, but the movie theaters used to have used to be crazy sort of things they used to have arcades and stuff, and you don't see it a whole lot anymore. But actually, I got this thing from E24 and part of the. I went to E20. Yeah, right here. This is
Right.
a zine from E24 where they talk about those old theaters and how brilliant they used to be. So
oh, if you look in the corner, right? Oh, not in that one. The one I took from the top. If you look in the corner, right there is a game room right above. Like right there, that it was a full arcade and everything. And I love this. I mean, look, you can get a small room if you want and just hang out with your buddies. Like you can rent out this thing. And I mean, this thing, it's so beautiful and immaculate. It's that old school feel that places like this is what needs to keep up. Warren Theater, again, they bought out with the Regal. Regal is a subsidiary of the Center World Group, operates on the largest and most geographical diverse theater circuits in the United States. They consist of 5,774 screens in theaters in 41 states, even in the District of Columbia and Guam. They are one of the best looking theaters, and I love stuff like this. This is the kind of sensation you want when you go to a movie. You want to have it nice. It was clean. Everybody was nice. The servers knew when to just chill out. It was great. So guys, support local theaters, support your local theater. Not only that, we also support Screenland Armor and Casey North, the Circle Cinema here in Tulsa, any local cinema that you can, that looks like they put out effort. Support them. Let them be the ones that get all the good stuff from what's going on. Because to be honest, theaters have died. They've died a lot. And so right now I'm just in the mood to promote theaters in general. but if you want to go to the Warren, you can go to the Warren. It's easily there, located in Broken Arrow in Tulsa. It's not that difficult. You can literally just look it up at regal.com.
Right, give me 1 second, dude. I'll be right back. 1 second.
Okay, don't run really quick because there's 104 people watching right now. I'm sorry, Chris. Sometimes, see, this is what happens. We're good.
We're good.
Yeah,
the dog was bothering my elbow, and I was wondering if Leah needed me, but no, she closed the door. We're good.
We do have all the fun stuff that we do put in together onto the vlog here, but this is literally just for the podcast, so we can cut it and put it on the podcast.
Yeah. You guys don't know, when you put the podcast out, there's probably a good 6 minutes cut out at the very least when I go through it, because I take out awkward pauses and stuff like that. But not
and Chris
awkward
likes
pauses.
to get naked a lot. It's
I
weird.
do.
It does.
So
you know how many times we get kicked off of YouTube just because Chris likes to get naked? Chris, let's talk about Strangers Chapter 1.
Let's talk about Strangers Chapter 1, directed by Rennie Harlan. He directed such things as sorry, I should have been ready, but he's doing chapters 2 and 3 that's supposed to be coming out. He directed Refuge, directed The Misfits, Bodies at Rest, Skip Trace, The Legend of Hercules, and now he's back with The Strangers Chapter 1. This stars it stars Madeline Petch.
Even though we were twins, I used to demand I have my own birthday party.
Also, Ryan Bone.
Oh, it's like a smoky nose of forest floor.
Matt Kislakjak, Olivia Kredzova, Letitia Fabi, Froy Ortiz, Ben Cartwright, Steve Davies, and Richard Brake.
Now, you may think you see a grease-painted performer sitting before you who would usually elicit an amused response from an audience.
Also, Pedro Leandro, and Neil. There's not really that big of a cast in this. Why don't you read the story for it?
After the car breaks down in the eerie small town, a young couple are forced to spend the night in a remote cabin. Panic ensues as they are terrorized by 3 masked strangers who strike with no mercy and seemingly no motive. The Strangers, Chapter 1, the chilling first entry of this upcoming horror feature film series.
So after seeing this, I sort of had one idea. It's like, okay, so what are great horror trilogies out there? There's, a lot of times there's still lots of sequels for horror films. They go out into the tens. But I was thinking about, okay, what makes a great trilogy? And they're thinking making this a trilogy. But the problem is, most time when we get to trilogy, the first movie is pretty good, and this one's
Right.
not.
Yeah. Because I mean, is there even a horror trilogy out there? Because it's just pretty much as soon as they make one that's good, they just keep. I mean, I guess X and Maxine and Pearl,
And those are
they
the
consider
X and
horror
Max, X and Maxine are the X and Pearl are fucking
I guess
fantastic.
Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. Is
Mhm,
that's considered a trilogy? I think I would go. But yeah, I have to agree with you on that, Chris. And I hate to say that because I love The Strangers. I love the way that it's just like a weird group of people. You don't know what the fuck's going on there. You don't have, it's like kind of a mystery. And I like that part of it.
I've seen this movie before, though. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen this movie 104 times. I think Liv Taylor played the part last. Like, I mean, and that's the problem is they want this to be chapter 1.
Yeah.
Right? This is the beginning. This is the first time this ever happened. So why are we concentrating on the people that's getting tortured and not the people who are torturing them?
Yeah, and that's the problem. And like the problem is that like we've seen this movie. I guess I mean it's kind of it's not like, also to me it's not near as good as The Strangers, the first one. That one.
No, it's not. It's not. Well, Liv Taylor. I mean, Liv Tyler. Sorry, Liv Tyler, Liz Tyler, Steven Tyler, Steven Tyler, PJ, Steven Tyler, PJs. All right. Anyway, but all these, like, all of them, like, I watched all of these, like, in the order they'd want me to watch it. I went and saw this in the theater. Then I watched the original Strangers. Then I watched what was it, Praying Night or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, why? I got no backstory. Why didn't you give me backstory about the 3 people?
And maybe we're supposed to learn about that. I just don't understand why. What, like, I've seen this movie. It seems kind of sparse. It was made for $8 million, and that's crazy. Because the episodes of Acolyte, Star Wars.
Well, it's all 3 of them got filmed at the same time.
Yeah, and that's insane to me that they put their eggs in this message.
Here we go, boom. They simultaneously filmed them, and literally they went into the different, like they'd be filming like all day long, and they'd be like, oh, now we're doing the first movie, now we're doing the last movie. And the thing is, you don't get to know about the people that you want to get to know about.
And maybe maybe chapter 2 will find out about them. But again, the problem is, like I said from the beginning, the first movies have to be good. The first movie has to be good. I'm not gonna be like, well, after the second one's released, then it'll be better. Or the third one's, I don't want to have to do fucking homework, man. Make it all good. I don't need. That's the problem. That's the problem with director's cuts too. Like, for example, we talk about Zack Snyder, and I was doing this director's cuts for the movies he did. Like, these, no, I don't want to have to do that. Make it good the first time around. I don't need to do that. So if they're saying though, so you say, hey, need chapter 2, chapter 3, and maybe they are good, dude. But I'm not gonna fucking sit through a shitty movie to get to the 2 that are making it better. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because like, why does the girl wear a doll mask? Why does the guy wear a sack? Like, why is all their masks completely, utterly different? Did they all go out for Halloween one night and they just accidentally killed someone? And then they're like, fucking, this is our characters because, like, give me a backstory.
Yeah,
there's no backstory. This is exactly what this movie was, and I'm sorry if it's spoiling or whatever. It was 2 people. I just read it. It's 2 people who broke down at in a weird town, go to a cabin to stay, like, because there's no hotel in town, and then the strangers show up and the stranger shit happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Where people are walking scary through the cabin and you
has-
can see people like it's the same exact fucking formula for every damn horror movie in a guy in a cabin.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Like, and that's why Cabin in the Woods was so refreshing, because it wasn't that. But this one is like, you've seen this a million times. You've seen Jason, you've seen Friday the 13th movie, you've seen this. Have you seen so like
Have you seen a Halloween movie? Have you
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
Scream? Have you seen if you saw like any movie where there's a group of people in a house and the bad guys or the horror guy is like in every corner of the place,
Even Evil
and
Dead,
nobody
you know?
knows. Nobody knows that they're there or they're
Yeah.
whatever.
But the Strangers did that perfectly. The Strangers
Yeah.
Chapter 1 does that far from perfectly, because
Yeah. Even the jump scares don't work.
Yeah, they don't.
Like, they try. There's like 3 jump scares. I think there's like 3 or 4 where they really try to do jump scares.
I want to mention something about the first Strangers movie real quick. I saw the preview for that in theaters, and I was fucking freaked out because it shows that perfect thing. So shit, the little tower.
Oh, yeah.
and it's
Oh,
soft
yeah.
focus in the background. You see that face there, and it goes by, and you're like, "Fuck!" like in the Strangers, the Still Tower one is a classic. I'd say now, like you'd say,
Yeah.
yeah. This
The
one,
2008. Yeah.
this one tries to piggyback off that, and like I said, it's not good compared to that one. Like, you can't, and again, we can't expect it to be, but I don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know why we're watching this.
It's like, why is it called Chapter 1? It'd be like, hey, here's Star Wars. This is going to be called a prequel. This is
Yeah.
Episode 1. We're not going to talk about anything. It's just Darth Vader's automatically going to be there, and you don't learn anything about him being Anakin Skywalker or anything like that. It's just 100% he's already Darth Vader and he's just walking around.
Yeah.
Like that, that's exactly what this was. And I don't want to tear apart anymore. Chris, give me your rating.
My score, man, this is 2.5 for me. This movie sucked.
Yeah, mine too. It's an STD. It's something
Yeah.
to do. Something to do. That's
There's
it.
some that do. Some that do.
This
Music don't
is-
suck.
This
Yeah.
is like this. I will forget I saw this movie until Chapter 2 comes out.
And we're gonna have to
And
watch it,
when-
aren't we? We're gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, oh
one.
yeah, we're gonna do all 3 of them, man.
Yeah.
We got to. We have to. I mean, they all come out within the year.
Yeah.
I think I think October's Halloween time is when
Yeah.
the second one of this, and then they'll do one earlier in 2025.
If I remember correctly, this made $22 million, and it was made for 8. So like, it's making money.
It's made its money. It did what it did. It's supposed to do. But come on, guys, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Let's expand our. Come on.
Me and
You
Neil
coulda-
watch a lot of horror films, so it takes a lot to make us.
It
mad
takes
at
a
it.
lot to annoy me.
Yeah.
And this movie just kind of got to the point where it was annoying me.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it to be. I want it to be good, and I want it to be like, give me a surprise or something like that. Just give me something original. But there was nothing
None of that.
original.
No, not at all. And it's upsetting. It's upsetting. But that's what Strangers Chapter 1 is. We saw it. We avoided it as long as we could. But then we found we had nothing to watch of the week. So I gave Neil a
I could have
choice.
picked like 3 other things, man. I could have
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, I gave Neil 2 choices, and he goes Strangers. I was like, all right.
But the thing is, I wanted to give it a try because I heard that it was going to become a trilogy.
Yeah, and we did it.
So it's like I had to go with like at least trying it out. But man, why, dear Lord, why?
Yeah, and
Why do they make me watch?
And
these
honestly,
movies?
like I don't really have a problem with the actors in it. Like, they didn't do a terrible job. It's just a movie we've seen before, and that's our problem. Is that it's paint by the numbers, imitation of the first one, and it doesn't work as like, and it's not good for the reason that the first one was good. The first one was good because it was original, because it was scary, and this one doesn't have that. And so,
no.
and if you guys, we have to see Chapter 2 and 3, and maybe I'll have a better view of those movies after that. But like I said, if you want a trilogy or something, the first one has to be good. That's
Yeah.
that's
Bottom line is that Rotten Tomatoes. Let's do this.
Okay.
I would love to do this one.
Okay.
All right.
I knew I'm on RottenTomatoes.com. Was the Iron Square for Strangers Chapter 1?
If it's an audience score, I'm gonna say it is 38%.
It's 44% actually. 44.
I was so close. I was
Yeah,
gonna go
yeah.
43. Oh
Yeah.
man. All right.
All right. What is the critic score for Stranger Chapter 1?
Oh man, I can't wait to hear this. Has to be 17.
22, really close. 20%.
Dang, I was off by 5 on both.
Critics' consensus is that lacking the chilling suspense of the original, The Strangers, and proving to be just unpleasant, this chapter 1 closes the book on itself. I'll read you a bad review. I'll do a good review and a bad review. So Elizabeth Warren at Timeouts, Elizabeth Weissman at Timeout says, as for The Strangers, all they need to be is terrifying, task at which they consistently excel. Just make sure you stay through the credits. That is, you haven't already rushed home to both the doors. And yeah, there's a post-credit scene, guys. If you guys want to put yourself new in this one. And this is from Jeremy Johns at jeremyjohns.com. His review is 4 words. He goes, there's nothing new here. And that's exactly what me and Neil said. So our problem is nothing new. And because, so in that case, it's a big nothing burger of a movie, you know? So, Stranger Chapter 1, me and Neil spent a considerable amount of money on streaming for this. So maybe wait until it's free. You know?
Yeah, basically that's what I'd say. I'd say wait till it's on a streaming platform. I'm sure it will be in the next like 2 weeks or something.
It's on Amazon for $20.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember I did. I was like, fuck, like you know, like
it was not worth the $20. It was not worth it.
But yeah, guys, if you guys really are horror nerds, and by the way, if you think this will be good for gore, it's not. It's not good for gore at all. There's no gore in this one. I mean,
there's no real good gore. There's no real good gore. There's really like the dialect is. I don't want to sit here and just bash it. Okay, it is a horror movie. There's people that are outside of a cabin. They try to go in the cabin. There's nothing super gory. There's nothing. This is like, was it PG-13? I didn't look.
No, it was rated R.
Okay, it was rated R, but man, they did not go hard on the R. They didn't. I mean, like there's certain parts that were kind of cool, but maybe it's just because I like Richard Brake and I saw him. And
the thing is, like when something's hard R, you're like, yeah, they should go for it, and then like, they didn't go for it. You know, like when the hard R, you think, yeah. I mean, I think it's the language in this one. There's probably a few fuck words in this one, and that's probably why they did it. But
yeah.
And there's some drug use, but whatever. This is Stranger Chapter 1.
Drug use.
Yeah, and she pulls out a joint, and that's the drug use in this one. Ooh.
I think, I think the joint is like the one thing that makes.
And they're in Washington, so it's fine. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
whatever. All right, let's get to the news.
All right, news. Let's do some news.
This is the Movies Don't Suck and Something New. Chris took a lot of acid in his teenage years, and now he can't read because of the numbers are letters and the letters are numbers, and so I have to read these to him.
So, Neil, we gotta get this out of the way first.
What? Oh, you think I'm not already prepared to do what I'm doing?
Okay, sorry.
You don't think I prepare stuff?
I thought you usually do the news the night before, and okay, all right.
No, I write it all the way until you're on the screen with me, like 5 seconds before you're on the screen with me. Is how like I try to keep up to date as much as possible.
All right, fine.
And I already came up with stuff, and this is what we're gonna talk about first. One of the great freaking actors of the entire history of acting, Mr. Donald Sutherland, has passed away at the age of 88.
He was acting. He was acting for a long time. Like he used to stuff in 2003, even like he's not stopped ever. You know,
he was on a movie called Mr. Hannigan's Phone on 2022. I mean, of course, he's in the Hunger Games, is how most people today will know him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Pride and Prejudice, Salem's Lot. I mean, the original MASH, MASH that started here. In fact, I got even another picture. Look at this picture. Here's some of his most memorable characters over all the years of like everything he has done. The dude is ridiculous. He was one of the biggest supporters of he was one of the big guys that was protesting the Vietnam War.
Anti-war. In fact, the CIA actually had a file on him.
Yeah, him and his best friend Jane Fonda, like literally. I'm sure they've been arrested together more times than I can count. But I mean, like the guy has, I mean, Outbreak, Instinct, like I can't even list them all. He's won
Yeah.
Emmys. He's won Golden Globes. He's one of the greatest actors, and his family is, you know, Kiefer
Kiefer.
Sutherland and his son. I mean, so one of the greats in our profession, Donald Sutherland. Our hearts go out to anybody that is offended, but is it not offended? I'm sorry, anybody
A
that is
fan.
a
Yeah,
fan and anybody that is in his family, if they ever listen
Yeah.
to this.
88 is a pretty respectable age, man. And to do with the show that he's done, he lived a very full and like fulfilling
Oh
life.
man,
honestly.
it's like I don't even know what movie of his I want to go back and watch right now
Italian Job,
because
maybe?
it's like, huh?
Italian Job.
Ooh, the Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Oh my gosh, I've been looking at his thing all. I've been looking at his, you know,
Yeah.
and I've been looking at his thing all day long, and I did not think about Italian Job. But so my heart goes out to everybody that does. Go watch a Donald Sutherland movie today. You won't be bad about it. There's not a single. I'm sure he's in something that you love at some point. Please.
I mean, even looking at
pay respects to
his
them.
filmography, I forgot he was an Astra. You know, as the dad of you know, oh man, there's so many things.
Yeah, see, it's so many. You could we could sit here and do an hour show on just how much what awesome movies Donald Sutherland's been in. I mean, it's Donald Sutherland. But all right,
So
let's move on.
rest in peace. No, we'll miss you.
But it has been officially announced, Chris. We ended the news segment with it last week, so we are going to start with it this week. It has been officially announced by Amazon. It is 100 and MGM Studios. Spaceballs 2 is confirmed. They are working on it. Original writer Mel Brooks is producing it with plenty to work in the they're making jokes off of the whole Star Wars expansion. I'm sure. I can't wait. If Mel Brooks is part of it, Josh Gad is confirmed to be working on it. I'm sure it's going to be hilarious. I hope it's at least funny enough to be funny.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope that they have an out of John Candy in there somewhere. Yeah,
I'm sure they would. I'm sure there's going to be like a whole picture of a bar for, you know.
Is
like
Joker going to show up in anything? Yogurt will be there.
I have no idea. I don't know who else is going to be. I know Rick Moranis is probably like way because Rick Moranis doesn't even do movies.
He quit acting. Anymore. Yeah. Maybe this will bring him out. Maybe we'll see. We'll find out.
So Netflix wants to tell you guys that you're all a bunch of freaky, weird bastards, and you need to stop with your dirty deeds done dirt cheap kind of stuff. Right away, as soon as these two movies were put on the Netflix app, they became the number 1 and number 2 most watched movie for the last month is 50 Shades of Grey. All right. And to go with that, the number 2 spot is Tell Them You Love Me, which is about the lady who pretty much raped her, like autistic. I think it was autistic.
Special needs.
50 Shades of Grey follows the BDSM, and then while Tell Them You Love Me devolves into a factality communication, the nature of a disability, or the lady pretty much makes up a sex toy, I guess. It's this way. So you guys are all freaks and weirdos, and Netflix be like, you guys need to stop that. Another director has walked off a movie set. Street Fighter live action adaptation has lost its director. Director Tony and Michael Philip Ho exit Street Fighter production this week. Legendary and Capcom are seeking a new director because filming starts in August, and they're like, "Hey, we're still going to do it. We're still going to do it, but we better get our director." And plus, it looks like that's a big thing right now. Why are so many different directors just running away from movies?
I think that, after that strike, they would feel like they're better than that. I don't know, man. I'm still waiting to hear about Craven the Hunter. I know I saw one preview for that, and then it went away. It's now it's
I
coming out
know,
this
like,
month.
what's up with Craven the Hunter? I was actually into the mood for
Did you
Craven
see
the Hunter.
did you see the preview for that? The trailer for that? It's the bloodiest thing I've ever seen. It really is. It looks awesome.
There's a lot of good movies that look like
Mm-hmm.
it. One movie that is not going to be coming out, though, Tom Hardy had to tell everybody this disheartening news that Mad Max: The Wasteland might not happen. He's pretty sure about it because of how the lack of people went to go see Furiosa. It hasn't made even half the money back that it went into filming it. Maybe just make the movie cheaper. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I really wanted to see it, but like you said, Furiosa didn't have a strong showing. You and I love Furiosa. We both.
Yeah,
love,
I love the entire Mad Max
Yeah,
series,
yeah.
man. Mad Max series is one of my favorite. It's just one of my favorite series, period.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's upsetting.
So it's upsetting to me because it's just like if all of a sudden you told me Batman movies weren't going to happen again, or Superman movies weren't going to happen again, or
Yeah.
Yep. Will Smith is making a comeback, if you haven't noticed, and he is going to lead a sci-fi thriller, Restoria. Will Smith starred a new sci-fi thriller based on the book Influx by Daniel Suarez, exploring a world of hidden technology advancements. Will Smith plays a particle physicist, John Grady, who discovers a device reflecting gravity, uncovering a shadowy organization controlling all of technology.
I hope it's better than Gemini Man.
Huh?
Hope it's better than Gemini Man. Do you like Gemini Man? Like you looked at me like you maybe liked that movie. Did you like Gemini Man?
Gemini Man was good. I like iRobot. I'm a big fan of iRobot, and I'm a big fan of his Independence Day. I even liked I love Men in Black. I really love Men in Black series. Even when it got super cheesy at the end, I didn't care because it was like cheesy sci-fi the whole time anyway to me.
Yeah.
So like, when it brought in Josh Brolin to be, K. But
I tell you, man. I found out someone. Yeah, I found out on Tuesday. One of my close friends has never seen Independence Day.
Oh, that's sad.
I was like, "What the fuck? Oh, really? Like, how do you get through life without seeing that?"
I always love. Okay, Brett Spiner from like the Star Trek universe. He plays Data. If you guys don't know, on Next Generation, Jean-Luc Picard, all that. I love Brett Spiner in like different things where he plays weird characters more than I like him as Data. Because I love Data and I love Star Trek Generation. I'm not dissing them or nothing like that. Please, no hate mail. I obviously love the nerdy shit. I'm here for it. But when he does his characters like the weird scientist in Independence Day,
he's unrecognizable, by the way. You wouldn't.
Yeah, it's almost unrecognizable. And back in the day, of course. Anyway, Sean Levy says he's not done with Deadpool, and he either wants to make a sequel of Deadpool and Wolverine, or make a Deadpool and Spider-Man movie with Tom.
Oh, you'd be all about that, wouldn't you?
Who wouldn't? Dude, Tom Holland and Ryan Reynolds playing off of each other.
Yeah, they'll just all over the place if you see that.
Dude, I mean, it's gonna be like there's certain people that you just know are good at things, and that is one of them.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, talking about Tom Holland, Uncharted 2 has started production with Tom Holland and Mark. They have. It's been approved. It is in Sony's upcoming tentpole projects, which studio is already developing SNL 1975, the horror sequel 28 years later, and the Beatles 4 biopics, the one we talked about, where they're all doing this. Yeah. That all those movies are going in production. One of them, too, is going in production, and that is Uncharted 2, with people noticing that Mark Wahlberg has been growing a little little facial hair.
Good, so he can be
Little
more
hair
like,
facial.
so he can be Sully. I was a big fan of the big fan of the Uncharted movies. So to me, it's basically not the same, but maybe they'll make it more same. Like Nathan Drake.
I think it was just a fun movie. It was kind of like Tomb Raider, like the new Tomb Raider movie.
Yeah, but
I just liked it because I liked it because it kind of reminded me of the video game, but it was like a different adventure.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, it was fun. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, and we'll see.
It follows too, if I announced it to you earlier this year, is going to be darker and grosser and more fucked up. The lead star says it follows sequel will be bigger, darker, and more twisted. With Makeem Monroe excited for her role. Monroe praises writer director David Robert Mitchell for his brilliance and vision in transforming this horror genre with more original takes. Although Monroe promises fans will receive more details as they follow soon, hinting at the challenging and fulfilling experience. So, man,
I'm excited.
It Follows is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, It Follows. You said pretty cool. What the fuck's wrong with you? It's awesome. And so, I can't wait, man. Like, I've been wanting this for forever. So, and he did a pretty cool movie, Under the Silver Lake. That was a pretty weird thing that he did. And yeah, obviously It Follows, and they follow. And I can't wait.
80s. Okay, here we go. Now, this one I was really excited about when I read this one. 1985 sci-fi flop is going to be remade by the people who wrote Star Trek Picard.
Mhm.
Now, Terry Matlis, known for his impressive work reimagining sci-fi with from the past, will pen and remake of the 1985 film Enemy Mine for 20th Century Studios. Chosen by the studio head Steve Asbell, Matlis aims to bring new life to the interstellar tale. The movie is in its early developments with no cast or director set yet. But this is what I've been talking about for years. Stop remaking the stuff we already fucking love. Grab these ones that were disappointments.
And make them good.
Let's reamp them up. Let's do them better.
Let's rewrite them. Let's make them good, because these movies don't start out without a good idea, And so, but the execution maybe fucked it up. So, let's bring it in. Let's bring in some old stuff that no one likes and make it good.
And it's going to be the guy who did Star Trek, Picard. If you haven't seen that is an amazing series.
There is a thing though. There are some movies that are so infamously bad, right? Like that remaking them might be an issue. So, like, why would I see this shitty movie in the first place? Like, so, like, it's a line you have to toe carefully. But you got a guy who reimagines sci-fi. Get the guy to reimagine your mind. So. Yeah, let's do it.
Sister Act 3 is moving forward.
Who cares?
Recently on the talk. Recently, Whoopi Goldberg had the ladies back on her talk show. I think it's The Talk, isn't she on The Talk?
The View, I think.
No, I think she's The Talk. I think the View is.
Oh, she used to be on The View, rather, right?
Yeah, I don't know. She's on The View or The Talk. I'd have to look it up. I didn't even look that up. And it's not in the. It's not in the. Wow, I can't believe that wouldn't be in the notes of the.
I'll take care of it. Keep going. She's on The View since 1997.
She's on The View. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, she took the nuns on The View, and so it got people going. And so Sister Act 3 script is complete, according to Sister Act 2 star Tana Torder. Torder expresses eagerness on the collaboration with legendary Whoopi Goldberg in the upcoming sequel. Tyler Perry shares frustration over the script and revisions because he's been wanting this done for a while.
Of course he was. Of course he wants it done.
So Sister Act 3 is on its way, bro. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, the first one was great, and the second one was kind of but
I'm with you.
I don't know. It's kind of like, hey man, if you can still make a buck off of it, go for it, I guess. Emily Blunt in talks. She is joining Steven Spielberg's secret new UFO movie.
Ooh, I'm excited for that. I love Close Encounters. So anything that
I mean, E.T. too. Don't forget
Yeah.
E.T.
Yeah.
Don't forget Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But all things alien.
Yeah.
AI. Steven Spielberg and Emily Blunt could be tuning up. They said this movie is going to be released on May 15th of 2026. So that's cool.
Mhm.
New crime thriller movie. It's going to be called The Rivals of a Maze King, to star, listen to this, Owen Twigg,
Mhm.
Cole Sprouse,
Oh, okay.
Kurt Russell,
Ooh.
and Matthew McConaughey. And it takes place where? In Oklahoma.
Are they gonna film in Oklahoma? Because maybe go out there and find Matt over there and smoke up with them.
Yeah, so this is going to be a new movie. It's going to be directed by Andrew Patterson. Previous sci-fi hit, The Vast of Night, was his last thing. So yeah, so I can't wait to see. I mean, Kurt Russell and Matthew McConaughey. I mean, all right.
Yeah, man. The McConaughey, like, no. Days and Confused. We just talked about Richard Linklater last week, so a little callback to Old Linklater.
Yeah, and 100%. Dude, there's just so many good movies that are going to be coming out soon. I'm just like, man,
I can't wait to see him.
James Gunn announced that Batman's age is between late 30s and early 40s in the new DCU, so they can do the Bat family is his thing. He wants to do Robin. He doesn't want to show you Bruce Wayne's family getting murdered for the 942th time.
Yeah,
he wants to get you. Yeah, we've seen that 100. We all know his parents died. He became Batman. Cool.
So,
Put it in there for 5 seconds if you need to.
But Batman, the other Batman with Robert Pattinson, he's a part of what's the universe called? The other universe, or the dark universe, or what is the term for it? The DC
not the multiverse. The gosh dang it. You're asking me directly, and I just totally lost it.
Sorry, man. I mean, you're the guy who's supposed to know this.
Why did you do this to me? Elseworld.
But they're doing a mainline like DC Batman, like a different one, right?
They're in a whole main line. All right, so Jordan Peele's next movie is now going to be coming out October 23rd, 2026. We don't get any more information than that.
It's so fucking long for now.
Blumhouse is like, hey, we got a lot coming out next year. So next year will be Insidious 6, Black Phone 2, Megan 2.0. They're also, if I remember correctly, they are also recording a spin-off of Megan 2.0, which will be called Soulmate. And Soulmate is, the way it is spelled, is the A is an 8. So
okay.
Now we're getting a whole bunch of crazy AI dolls gonna kill us all in the middle of the night, and it's gonna be great, Chris. You're gonna love it, right?
I mean,
no,
so many sequels. So, I heard you kick
a remake of St. Elmo's Fire is in the works. They want to do because they want to bring back that old feel. It's probably because the Bratz documentary. Have you seen that?
Yeah, no, but I've seen part, like, it's on my queue over there on the streaming services, but
right,
yeah, you kick out.
One second, yeah, my kitty cat keeps screaming, man. I know he's got food and water.
Cat stuff. I get that. I have the same thing, but usually it's no. Did you kick out fine, dude? I don't know if you can hear me from here.
Yeah, he's fine. I just had to find him.
Okay.
He's fine. I just had to find him. He was like, "What part of the house are you in?" and screaming your lungs out for no apparent reason.
Well,
but anyway,
Rats.
last but not least, we are going to be talking about the movie that we are just about to go take a look. Now, Chris, I actually had to upload a new article about this just as we were on Talking Right Now, or
Ooh.
Talking Right Now on the podcast.
Okay.
Inside Out 2 smashes records. Previously is now the second highest animated opening of all time.
What's number one?
What do you think number one is?
Is it Inside Out?
No, the number one of all time is The Incredibles Part 1.
Okay, well, I didn't know. I would have never guessed, but I mean,
But
it's cool that
they're at 182.6 million is The Incredibles. The Inside Out 2 was $155 million on opening weekend. Now,
That's
Chris,
great.
the second article I got to tell you about is since the last weekend, Inside Out 2 has already reached $438.7 million. By the end of the first week, it will probably break over $600 million. This makes the movie just the fourth to release in 2024 to pass $400 million.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, like honestly, like I want movies like you, me, and Neil. We'll snobby sometimes. We like the movies that make us money. But Inside Out 2, I'm glad it's bringing people to the theater. Honestly,
What are the other three movies? What are the other three movies? Do you
Bad
think
Boys
of 2024 that have broke $400 million?
Okay, so one was Doom Part 2.
Doom Part 2, correct?
It's not Bad Boys, is it?
Nope.
Okay, Doom Part 2. It wasn't The Fall Guy.
No,
it was the movie. You know, after that, I was surprised. You had to tell me.
There's both movies we have not covered.
Oh, really? What are they?
First is Godzilla versus Kong: The New Empire.
I did see. I did see that. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
We can do it. So
yeah, whatever. And Kung Fu Panda 4.
Real talk. Not joking. I have not seen any of them. Any Kung Fu Pandas.
Oh man. I just know there's a Britney. He does a Britney Spears song on the soundtrack, and I only know that because Spotify keeps on trying to play. When I just say play Spotify, it like keeps for some reason popping that. Like the two number one songs that my Spotify wants me to hear right now is "I Believe in Joe Hendry" and Britney Spears' Jack Black cover.
I need you to do something. Pull up your Spotify on your phone, right?
Okay.
And I want you to search the term day list. Okay.
The term day list, like day or day D-A-Y.
D-A-Y and make it one word.
Okay, just all one word, day list.
Yeah, and click on your day list.
My day list playlist?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want me to do?
What does it say? What is the name of it?
Mayhem Malgoth Thursday Evening.
Yeah, mine is instrumental sounding, but honestly, you do this every day. My other one was Whiny Inksfield, Whiny Inksfield Thursday afternoon. So every day they go there and make fun of you. They called you Malgoth. So Dayless is insulting us every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what the song is right now on my Spotify though?
What's that? You play for me? Okay, right now.
If you don't know, guys, I believe in Joe Hendry.
I'm still ambivalent. We'll find out.
All right, but that's the news, Chris. Let's get to the last movie. That was the movies that don't suck and something news. I read a bunch of stuff to Chris because he's blind in one eye because it got eaten out by a squirrel.
All right, let's talk. Let's talk Inside Out 2, directed by Kelsey Mann. Kelsey Mann has this is her first main feature, like directing, but she's written in the anime stuff like Onward, she's in The Good Dinosaur, Monsters University. She's done a bunch of stuff for Disney, and this is her first big time directing job. This stars our good old boy girl Amy Poehler as Joy.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Don't know what you're thinking, but I'm definitely not thinking what you're thinking. Good idea.
Also, Maya Hawke plays Anxiety.
I was a Billie Jean King in a sea of Maria Sharapovas, but
Kensington Tallman plays Riley.
Then I came in and she was singing to the dog, and I didn't even get to have any bruschetta because.
Also, Lisa Lampire plays Disgust. Tony Hale from, as you guys know from Arrested Development, plays
Oh,
Fear.
yeah.
Lewis Black, the legendary comedian Lewis Black, plays Anger. And of course, you got Phyllis Smith. Phyllis Smith is Sadness.
I know you keep saying it's your space, even though there's no assigned parking, but I keep forgetting.
Yes.
Also, Ayo Edebiri, who serves up everything, she's in the Envy. Neil could have pulled close for all these people, really. Lil Mar plays Valentina.
You're dead to me, Heather.
Also, Grace Liu plays Grace. Sumia Newton plays Bree. And then Adele Extrapolos plays Inui. Neil wants. And also, Paul Walter Hauser plays Embarrassment.
There's so many people in this damn movie.
Ron Funches plays Woofy. John Austin James plays Fauci. All right, Neil, why don't you go read the storyline for Inside Out 2.
Teenager Riley's mind headquarters is undergoing a sudden demolition to make room for something entirely unexpected. New emotions, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, who have long been running a successful operation by all accounts, aren't sure how to feel when anxiety shows up. And it looks like she's not alone.
So, we can't talk about this outside of the first one. And I know that you haven't seen the first one. So I want to know, you watched it in order, Inside Out and Inside Out 2.
Yeah. I watched Inside Out a Disney, and the thing is, I never told anybody this for years, but I'm just coming out now and saying it to people. I never watched the original Inside Out. People, even friends of mine, even dressed up like them for like Comic-Con and stuff like that. And I had to be like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then they had to tell me who they were.
Yeah.
But they were talking about it, and I just like, oh,
I want to say one thing about the first one. Poor Bing Bong.
What?
Poor Bing Bong. For the first one, the imaginary friend that goes away. All right.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
Poor Bing Bong. In the first one.
Poor Bing Bong. Yes. I was like, I thought you said pour me wrong, and I was like, what do you mean pour me wrong?
All right.
Oh.
All right. So you liked Inside Out, the first one. You liked it. Did you cry?
Dude, it was sad as hell. I don't know if I cried, but I was really sad. Hence my name for today being Sadness.
Yeah.
But man, it was just like, that was a dark movie. I don't know how like Inside Out 2 was a little more lighthearted than that. I mean,
I cried this more. I cried for Inside Out too.
Yeah.
It's pulled a few tears. I mean, mostly tears of like relief and happiness. But I think Inside Out and Inside Out 2, they're really interesting movies for the fact that they deal with the emotions inside of you, and like everyone remembers being the ages they were when anxiety showed up. Honestly, anxiety didn't show up to me until I was like 15. But it's been a constant part of my life. It runs everything in my life.
Right.
Now.
It's been a constant part of my life. I think my entire like memory.
Yeah. It's just you know me. Yeah, I know you.
Yeah.
So anxiety is something that me and Neil struggle with both. But yeah, what's up, buddy? But
so why don't we just get on a microphone and talk to people randomly?
Yeah, I know.
Actually,
you guys,
to be honest,
me and Neil, when we had to re-interview someone like for the Panic Fest, me and Neil were just a fucking ball of nerves. We were freaked the fuck out.
But I just lean into it now.
Yeah,
it's just
Neil,
like, okay, cool. I'm nervous. I'm gonna fuck something up at some point. I
am. When we talked to Spider One,
like, let's do it.
We talked to Spider One. Neil was terrified, looking like a doofus. So, but
I was like, oh my god, he's gonna hate me, and I'm gonna kill myself.
No, but he was good. But Inside Out 2 is out, and it's Pixar in its stride. Like, there've been a few missteps. Luke is one of them. Good Dinosaur is another one. But Inside Out 2, they're back in familiar territory. And Inside Out 2 is pretty great. It's pretty good. I like this movie quite a bit.
Yeah, Inside Out 2 is an amazing movie. Now, what it is anxiety basically takes over as Riley's learning to move on in her
Yeah.
and puberty hits. I guess
Yeah.
puberty is the
Mhm.
the thing that they kind of foreshadow it
Mhm.
in the last one. And there's so many funny parts to
Mhm.
this. Nostalgia is great.
Yeah.
Like I love
Yeah.
a good running gag. They have some great running gags in this, but it is about people maturing and trying to make difficult decisions even though they're at a young age.
Yeah.
And to be
It's just so
honest,
many clever things like sarcasm. Yeah, there's sarcasm grows like there it's a little it's different because you don't spend time with all these new emotions, but it's just so fun, you know?
yeah, the only problem I have
Yeah.
with this movie
Mhm.
is that it's the exact same formula as the first movie.
But do we need that? Do we need a different sort of maybe we do need a different thing? I don't know.
I
mean,
don't know
like,
because it was like because it's both it's about basically a new emotion takes over and sends all the other ones away. And that's kind of like what the first one was like. And so that was like when I saw that and I saw that's what this was going to be,
mhm.
I was like, okay. But the thing is, they still made it completely unique and, like 100%. I'm not dissing the movie. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's what the platform is. It's the same underline, but you know, there's people that Men in Black 2 is them doing pretty much the same exact thing. Another alien comes, they have to go take care of it and save the
Yeah.
world. That's about the same platform too, so
But
it doesn't matter as long as
this
they do
one
it.
does include like, emotions that Riley hasn't dealt with before. And that's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of like it's like Temple of Doom to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
It's like yeah. I'm saying I'm trying to say that even though the thing is the adventure of some emotions coming back to the headquarters
Mhm.
and stuff like that, that they take such a different path
Yeah.
on what's going on that it still makes it a very unique, very enjoyable. I laughed my ass off. I, had the feelings. I had,
Okay, I do want to do this before I forget. I want to mention some of the voices I didn't say. June Squibb does the voice of Nostalgia. Paul Poundstone is the voice of Forget It Paula. John Ratzenberger, you know him, Bender.
Yeah.
He does the voice of Fritz. Flea, the bassist for Chili Peppers, does the voice of Jake, and Bobby Moynihan of SNL fame plays Forget It Bobby, and Carlos Alazraqui, you know him from Reno 911. He does a bunch of all the voices. I want to mention them before I forgot to. Frank Oz is the voice of mine, Cop Dave. But yeah, man, fucking Inside Out 2. Does it reach the heights of Inside Out 1 for you?
I thought it did. I thought it was fun. I
Yeah.
thought it was a great continuance.
I thought
I
so
think
too.
it was kind of like what's the best way to say this? Toy Story 4. I'll go back to that reference every day of the week.
Because you and I didn't know we needed Toy Story 4 until we saw Toy Story 4.
Until we saw Toy Story 4 and
Yeah.
then we realized we needed Toy Story 4 in our
Yeah.
lives. And so that's the way I feel about this. I feel like this was really, really, really done. I mean, this is great. I mean,
Yeah.
the adding of the anxiety, the what was the embarrassment? Who's the other one they added? Envy, NU,
Ennui, which is like
Enwa. Yeah.
like my name on here, Chris Wong. But yeah, it's one of those movies that like you can watch with everyone, dude. It's like, and yeah, you and me were both angsty television teenagers, so we had to recognize that sort of thing. And so that's what's great about Inside Out. It's like you get these kids that hadn't seen it before will know it's coming up, and we remember how it felt. So as we had June Scoop when they're saying nostalgia.
I mean, how long ago was Inside Out?
Oh, the first
2015? Yeah, so
Yes.
it's been 10 years, right?
Yeah, it's been close to that. 9 years, I think. It's been a minute.
I mean, Man, you think it came out a lot earlier. Why did it take so long?
I don't know, man. Like, who knows? Like, why things take long, but it's nice to see that they were able to make it again, and it still feels fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, Amy Poehler's Joy was amazing. Maya Hawke as Anxiety.
Amy Poehler Joy is basically just Leslie Nope. Like that's who it is. Like it's impossible not to think of Leslie Nope. And that's what
I mean, like, Leslie Nope is like the most positive person in the world, and Amy Poehler plays Joy. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like, who's
Yeah, they
the
probably
most
it's natural. Yeah, it's natural.
Yeah, it's like, so it's just like, oh, I gotta be positive. Makes sense. And so I mean, like, each one that came in, Maya Hawke as like anxiety just steals the show in this one.
Lewis Black plays anger, and he's that's what he's known for, is anger. I'm a big fan of Lewis Black, by the way. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because Sadness and Joy were the two main characters of the first one. And now with Anxiety added in, it was Sadness kind of took a back seat.
Yeah, but they give her a big role in this.
No. They gave each one of them has a nice spot and stuff like that. But Joy and Anxiety were the two main conflicting people.
Yeah. But it's a super fun movie, and I'm really glad that they made it. It's something, a shot in the arm that 2024 needed after some movies that didn't do so well. You know,
I mean, like I said, it's only the fourth movie this year that passed $400 million.
Yeah,
it's only the fourth movie.
It's good. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
guys, if you're going to spend money to go to a movie, I mean, literally the top four right now would have to be Furiosa. It would have to be Bad Boys for Life. Fall Guy is obviously really good, and Inside Out, and then Late Night with the Devil. But Late Night with the Devil is not even at the theater anymore, I don't think.
Yeah. You know, set this out now. Okay, yeah, for sure. The ones you mentioned. I thought you were just about the year. I'm like, come on, but yeah, man. Inside Out too. Like, bring your family. It's, if you guys want to spend a night out at a theater, please go to the theater and see this.
This is an awesome, perfect movie for people that just want to go around, have fun. So I don't even think it's 2 hours. Was it 2 hours?
No,
it was like an hour and a half.
No,
Yeah, it's an hour and a half movie.
I know.
There is don't forget, there is a post-credit scene, so make sure you stick around for that.
Yeah. And also I will mention, it looks great. It looks great, doesn't it? It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous movie. It looks,
I even was gonna pound that in earlier, and I totally forgot and just went to another. I mean,
it just
look
looks
at
so
this.
good.
I mean, like, the characters are fun. the ones that all like are part of the entire universe. I mean, they're so cute. And then on top of that, that's from 1. And then there's her at 13. But like, all the different islands, the animation in this movie is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's imagination out everywhere, and so I really hope you guys get a chance to see some theaters. It's a gorgeous movie, and it's just super fun.
Like, the anime, it's Pixar. Pixar is one of the greatest. I mean, I don't think there's a Pixar movie I can be like, I totally, absolutely hate.
Cars, and Luca for me. Try that.
Cars 1, 2, or 3.
I've only seen 1 because I hated 1, so I didn't see 2 or 3.
Or 17 in the series, and then they had Manners, Tails.
I know, what the fuck.
I forgot everything that had to do with cars, but I want to look now. All
lots of cars stuff, man.
Pixar cars.
I was like pissed when they were spending money on 2 and 3. I'm like, I don't want to see Cars 2 or 3. You know? So, is there a third Cars?
I don't know, man. I was trying to look it up, and it's like, it's giving. I said all the Pixar cars, and instead it's just giving me a list of all the cars,
Pixar
movies and shows. Let's go that way. See if that works. No, it's gonna be a bitch to do whatever. But anyway, yes. Inside Out 2. I give it a 4.3. It was a great animated movie. It was great. I'd rewatch this 142 times. Like, it's one of them I could easily throw in the in the DVD player and the player and just watch this movie over and over again. It's very simple to watch. It's very good to watch. It makes you happy. It makes you sad. It makes you think. I'd probably prefer watching this one over Inside Out again, because Inside Out like gets really depressing at one point. and this one I didn't feel that deep depression. I just felt I felt an anxiety. That makes sense now. Inside Out was all about sadness, and so sadness is what you felt through that movie.
And this one, you
and then gave me anxiety about what was happening. Man.
Yeah.
All right. 4.3 just went up to 4.6. I just now realized something. That okay, wow. Okay, yeah.
I'm a 4.2. I really like this. And they're both. It's Pixar. To me, it's top tier Pixar, like up there with the other ones. I've heard people say differently. My brother doesn't like as much as I do, but I really like Inside Out too. It's great, and it's Pixar doing Pixar, and we missed it, and it's back. By the way, there are Cars 2 and 3, and then
3 and planes, fire and rescue, yeah, I got it all up right now.
All right, but Neil, I'm on RottenTomatoes.com. You have 4.6. I give it 4.
From Radiator Springs, Matt. Dude, there's so much cars on the road. Each one of these only have one season. Man. All right. Anyway.
But yeah, Inside 2.
Rotten Tomatoes. Let's do Rotten Tomatoes for Inside Out 2.
All right. Neil, what's the audience score for the Inside Out 2 is?
For the audience?
Yeah.
91%.
You're close. 96%, actually.
Damn it! I thought I went high enough.
All right, Neil, what is the critic score for Inside Out 2?
93.
Certified version, 91%.
Gosh dang it! Why did I just say 91 again?
Critic consensus is spicing things up with a wrinkle of teenage angst. Inside Out 2 clears the head and warms the heart while leaving it to predecessor emotional intelligence. I'm going to read a bad review and a good review. From Matthew Lacone and Sandy Rieger, he says, "There's plenty of invention at the granular level. That within the production was smart, and the sarcasm is funny. Stream of consciousness is cute, but the story is very much the same." You get 1 out of 5. Fuck you, man. And this is from Odie Henderson in Boston Globe. She says, Inside Out 2 is serviceable entertainment. That's a sad thing to say about a Pixar film, especially when you consider the main classic toy. Hold on. I want to find a better one than that. Here we go. Charlie Ridgely, the says, as deep as Inside 2 is, this is also a thoroughly funny film. Don't think you're paying just to sit through an animated therapy session, though that actually sounds great. So Inside Out 2. You guys can see this in theaters. It's worth bringing everyone to. It's wholesome, and it talks about things.
It's good. It's for the whole family. Like you can get stoned and go watch it and eat some popcorn and laugh. You can, not get stoned and go with your family members and just have a good time. Like Inside Out 2, I would, like I said, it's one of the top 4 right now that you can go out and see at your local theater. Go see a good movie. It's getting to 105 degrees outside.
You don't need it's AC.
Yeah, you don't need to be outside. Go inside some air conditioning. Get a cold milkshake, and then
I gotta move on this weekend. Fuck.
Dude, I had a drink at the Warren Theater that was called peanut butter pie, and it was a peanut butter milkshake with a peanut butter bourbon.
Was it good?
It was like one of the greatest drinks I've ever had. I could drink that drink only for the rest of my life and be okay.
Well, you know what we need to do? I guess we need to get out of here, right?
Yeah, we got to go do stuff. I'm going to go eat some chicken.
My wife needs something. She said surprise, whatever. Yeah. So you guys can visit online with zoneselect.net. We're at wtmnet.com. This is WD number 2. Zoomnet.com. You find us there. Well, a bunch of cool podcasts. We are X and this podcast, Instagram and this podcast. We have Patreon. Patreon's concerts, Movies Don't Suck. We have Bonfire. Go Bonfire concerts, Movies Don't Suck. It's something to do. You'll find shirts there and stuff Neil's made. It's pretty cool. Wrestling stuff, other stuff. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. All that shit. We love you. Neil, if you had small business, what would you do for them?
you got a small business, let us know. We'll be more than happy to promote you right here on this podcast. There are thousands of listeners or millions of followers at Movies Don't Suck and some that do on our Facebook, Twitter, or X, or whatever they call it this week.
Yeah, it's the same thing, yeah.
TikTok and Instagram.
Oh yeah,
and
we
all
do
the
do
above.
TikTok. We're Movies Don't Suck on TikTok. I should probably say that, right?
What?
I should probably mention that we have at Movies Don't Suck at TikTok.
Yeah, we do everything we possibly can as much as we can. We even have Chris has an OnlyFans channel, but it's only the picture of his toenails.
Yeah, I don't tell people that generally.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No, but as Neil, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah, let's do this. That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, guys, no matter how hard you try in life, sadness doesn't always have to win as long as you have plenty of anger. Have a good day. Everybody who's watching along, thank you very much. You guys have a good day. Thank you for being part of the day. Next time, jump in. Like we have the chat rooms Impossible. If you're on Twitter, you can just pop over to YouTube or Facebook or Twitch and make a comment in there. We can add you to the conversation. You can be part of the people talking right now. So hopefully we see you again next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. You guys have a good day. Love each other. Don't do anything bad. If you do, blame it on Chris. All right. That's what I